a podcast your mama warned you about. Did ya hear me?
Hello everybody, Sleezy here, another episode of Did You Hear Me? Episode number 30, making it an even 30. What an accomplishment. Here today with PackMan.
Just so good to be back.
Yeah, we've got the sheriff doesn't have a mic at this particular second because his mic is being manned by Landon Loverboy
Turner.
Oh, he put his whole name out there. Landon Loverboy Turner.
I'm too good.
Too
good.
Go ahead and give us something on the mic.
Who?
You.
Well, if y'all didn't know, I'm a reincarnation of my dad, but more funnier. He doesn't. He lacks funniness.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
shots fired.
Way to put it out there,
All right.
Loverboy. All right. Well, appreciate you gracing us with your presence.
Peace out. I'm too good. I show speed.
All right.
Peace out, lover boy.
We,
Thank you for joining.
You know, we're here to, kind of like the Miracle Network. We're here to make kids' dreams come true, and that was Loverboy's dream.
We
to
make
be
a
on the
wish?
podcast. Yeah,
We
make
just
a wish.
did the make a wish.
Loverboy was
Make a wish. I'm good.
make a wish come true. So he's been wanting to be on the podcast for several months.
Appreciate y'all doing that. I didn't know he was going to become a robot and talk like this.
Hey, he says a reincarnation of the sheriff.
The nerves got to him.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, he's been all over me for that, and I appreciate it.
yeah, well,
He's, he doesn't lack for personality. I don't think he can reincarnate me until I'm dead, but
well,
We knew what he meant. We
Yeah,
got it.
we got it. So yeah, we've been MIA for several weeks. I think we've had all 11 listeners ask where we've been because it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, technically 4, I guess. Or we've missed 3 recording weekends.
And I've missed more than that. I wasn't at the last recording.
That's
So it's
true.
been a minute for me. So
Hey,
glad to be
we're
back.
going to need you, Pat.
it's like riding a bicycle. We're on it.
That's it.
I remember how to do it. As soon as the lights came on, lights, camera, action, we
That's
knew
it.
what was happening.
That's
We've been
right.
on the milk carton.
Yeah.
Shout out
Oh.
to Big Booty Jane.
Yeah. Booty meat.
Booty
Put us on the
meat.
milk carton. Want to know where we were?
Yeah.
Life is busy. Warm weather. School's out.
You are looking tan over there, like an Arabian.
Hey, I'm trying to get reparations. There you go.
Oh man.
Get it?
The back to being canceled, but here we go.
Yeah, we've been all over the place and going to continue that theme this summer.
Good.
So we'll be pretty sporadic as far as gracing everybody with episodes of Did You Hear Me? But
That's right.
we'll be in and out, and then probably anyways, the plan is come fall when things calm down, we'll be back to doing our regular thing for our dozens of
That's right,
listeners.
yeah.
In time for the fighting Kirby Smarts.
That's right. Summer's kind of, actually PackMan and I were just talking about that. It's kind of the dog days of summer sports-wise. I mean, baseball's in full swing, but it's the middle of the season, nothing really being decided yet.
So I will just enjoy my first place Brewers while I can. So
Do it.
it's important.
That's
It's
good,
important enough
man.
for me.
American League Central's finest.
Central.
Sorry, yeah, they used to be in the American
did.
They
League.
just took a time trip back to
Yeah,
the
the
90s.
80s.
Sorry.
The 90s or 80s.
Well,
Whatever.
who knows?
I'm reincarnating myself back to then.
Well, let's go ahead and because we've already got them poured and I don't want the ice to melt too much. So
That's it.
PackMan brought us something here. What'd you bring us?
Yeah, so it's an old-fashioned cocktail syrup mix. Obviously, you mix the syrup with your favorite whiskey or whiskey of choice.
We know you're a big whiskey man.
Yeah, so I figured if we're gonna have whiskey, I might as well have something to put with it. But yeah, I got this in Savannah during spring break, actually,
Okay.
right after I was disrespected walking down the road with my family.
What's that about reparations,
I
too?
had to go get some retail therapy, and the lady in the store said this is the best old-fashioned bottle mix that on the market. So,
Yeah.
I
so
want to
went
know how
ahead
you
and
got disrespected.
Yeah, we'll follow up. Anyways, cheers.
Manly Stanley time.
Yeah,
Stanley.
Secret beverage
I'm
king
not a-
time.
secret beverage as
I
well.
probably can count on my hand the number of old fashions I've ever had.
Yeah, me too. One.
I know some
No.
people are old-fashioned thing. I've seen them ordered a lot at the bars. I've never ordered one.
Yeah, me neither.
It's not bad.
Some
It
people
kind
are
of takes,
old-fashioned.
yeah.
Wow, that was a good
kind
one.
of, for somebody who doesn't drink them, it kind of takes the edge off the whiskey.
Yeah,
Kind of
It's
puts,
good.
puts a pacifier on it.
that's it. That's what I need.
Yeah.
We know I'm not a real man when it comes to drinking
Well,
whiskey.
there's
That's
only
pretty good.
there may be only one real man left in the fishbowl.
That's
That's
correct.
it, man. We lost another.
Another man down.
That's it. We won't put his business out there, but yeah, Craig's about the last. I mean, Sheriff's about the
Sheriff's
last one.
fine.
The last
Well,
Myrtle Myrtle.
We won't, yeah. Our next episode will be in 6 months, so we'll figure out who I am.
That's right.
I'll have some time to flee and abscond.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
mentioned you got disrespected. Do you want to tell how you got disrespected? It's actually, I was dying laughing when I heard about
I
it.
mean, not particularly, but I will. So,
Give the listeners what they want.
yeah, I just, man, walking, like I said, in Savannah, walking down towards like the river area with my family, strolling around, enjoying our time in this iconic city,
That's right.
coastal city. So as we're walking by, this car's riding up and down the road, and all of a sudden I hear
Oh, I know what this is.
out of the window, "Oh, bald head ass nigga." I'm looking around.
I
My-
knew there was a naysayer coming in.
My kids are laughing. Doc Lolliday's laughing, and I'm looking. I'm like, who's he talking to?
Was he talking to Lolly?
I was the only one that fit the bill in the area. So anyway,
I'm sure
my family got a kick out of it. It's funny. It's all in good fun. He's just right. He essentially was just riding up and down the road, just trolling.
Just looking.
Just
Random verbal assault.
Random verbal assault. And so, next thing I know, I'm buying old-fashioned mix in a gift shop on the river.
Gonna pour it in his eye.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure it was a car full of
Full of what?
Ole Miss students. I was gonna say a car full of old whites, but they probably weren't that old.
Or that white. So, anyway, but yeah, so that's
so
the
it
story.
was minority on minority
It was.
crime.
Black on
Yes,
black
it was.
crime.
It was.
That's all. That's
Yeah.
fair then.
It was, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It was. It just caught me off guard more than anything. Funny now in hindsight. Once I figured out that I was the target of this assault.
I think you got a beautiful bald head.
Thank you. Yes, yes. I know. You tell me in the dance theaters when you said, "Where you sitting, Pack?" And I was like, "Well, I see that beautiful bald head
There you
down
go.
there." So
Just
yeah,
a
maybe-
beacon of light.
Yeah, Sam wants me to grow my hair out and get dreads, but
Sam would want that.
he does. He does.
So, are you able to grow your hair out?
I am. Yes.
So why
I am.
haven't you?
He chose.
I've
Because
known
this-
you for 15 years,
That's
plus
right.
years
Yeah,
now.
I'm
15
poison.
plus.
15 years of poison.
And you've never
That's
had, I think it's time to do it.
I don't think
Y'all will definitely not be confused for a couple if he
I
has
don't-
dreads.
It's so much easier to do it how I do it now. I get my little
He chose to
razor
be bald.
shaver, and it's just so much easier
Yeah.
and cheaper.
Some men would be offended that you choose to be bald.
No,
Yeah, I know.
Not at all.
Well, obviously you have your hair still.
No, I'm not hating on anybody that's bald
Those
for
that-
that reason.
Those that have had to make the unfortunate decision to let go of the side hair and go with
Yeah,
the
that's
bald.
right.
Probably
Yeah.
a little jealous of you.
Yeah,
Maybe one day, maybe I'll be on a extended vacation and the hair will grow out a little bit, and I'll just roll with it. We'll see.
Yeah. So that's you haven't
I
seen
want to
it.
see it.
You haven't seen it in so long. Do you think it's all one color still?
Oh, that.
Could have the salt and pepper dreads.
Yeah,
that would be a
that's a good
first.
question. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that because if you look at my beard, there are shades of gray. Starting
50 maybe.
That's right. Starting to peek through. Every time I come back up here in the Boom Boom Room, I want to steal that Just for Men box that you got displayed over
Is
there.
it down there? Yeah, Ryan Day
Marked
special.
over the Ryan Day.
Flopped.
It's there for the upcoming football season.
That's right. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if it'll be all one color if I were to grow it
Yeah, I
out.
don't. The more we talk, the more I want to see it.
I'm on board. I'm on board to grow this thing out.
Content.
I'm gonna have to talk with Doc Lollidday and
You
see
know-
if she's on board as well.
Does she
Back in
like
my-
to tug on your hair?
Back, I don't think I've ever had hair. I don't think she's ever seen me with hair.
Oh, well, she's
Back in my heyday.
She's missing out too.
Back in my day, I had like some cornrows in my hair. Way back
I
in the
didn't
day.
know about that.
Yeah, so
Might
when
get stopped.
as we mentioned,
Yeah.
as we mentioned on the show before, during the Corvid year, I had to shave, and
Corbett.
Corvid. Shout out to Burger BC.
Oh, okay.
I had to
you
shave
made a
my
word there.
I had to shave my beard for the first time in years, and my youngest daughter had, she was young at the time that I started growing it out, so she really didn't remember me without one. It was kind of a shock when I
I was.
popped up with no beard. She said I didn't look like myself.
Yeah, I heard you were almost a victim of an aggravated assault as well. When you came home with cleanly shaven.
Oh yeah. The special agent's not a fan of my face. I think we mentioned that before. No,
She's sticking around for something though.
The beard is man makeup, and so I don't take my makeup off.
Don't do
I
it.
sleep in it, just like Carmen Electra with Prince. If you heard that story from her, I don't know, random story.
Would you do it for Halloween? Like if the costume
So the special agent and I had a costume picked out that I wanted to shave to go full character on.
She wouldn't let you.
She chose another character for me. She didn't want me to do
That's
it.
good. That's how to be a.
But
That's how to put that masculinity out there and put your foot down. There you go.
I mean, at the end of the day, I really don't want to see my face either. But if I ever shave, I could grow this beard back out in a matter of a couple weeks.
Yeah. And
Must be nice.
I shaved mine during the last Halloween.
You did. You went all out.
All out, and I was hoping it would grow back with less gray hair, but it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. So
The Brewers are winning 4-3 right
they're
now.
hot, man. The first place brew crew.
4-3 against the Chicago White Sox.
Speaking of
Bottom of the sixth.
Outcast Night, August
6th.
the 6th. Yeah, it's against the brew crew in Atlanta.
Okay.
Be a good one to go to. So
They'll need dreads.
Yeah,
for
they're
that.
giving out bobbleheads.
They're
Outcast
giving- Yeah, they're
bobbleheads.
giving out a free contact high, I'm sure too.
hey,
Whatever you need to do.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
That's where
The Braves are a little struggle right now. Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, a lot of needs.
Another-
They need some needs.
I guess maybe because maybe we're paying more attention this year, but man, the leg injuries. We've already chronicled the Achilles tear
Yeah,
over the
soft
last
tissue.
year.
yep.
And now Acuna, he can put Strider in there with his arm, or elbow, excuse me,
That's all right.
blowing out.
Arm, elbow.
Yeah, I
Region.
just feel like it's a matter of time for myself.
Yeah, it's interesting that you
Torn UCL.
that you mentioned that. So Christian Watson last year for the Packers had
Yeah.
a bunch of hamstring issues. Well, I read something like a couple
Beautiful
days
young
ago
man.
that they figured out that like one of his legs was like 25% stronger than the other leg, and that was contributing to his hamstring issues.
Let the innuendos abound.
yeah,
on that
I
one.
know it. But it's interesting. Like, how do you? I don't know. How do you prevent that? Like, does someone just have bad hamstrings, or is there a way to diagnose why?
I think you just realize that you shouldn't move.
Yeah. Well,
Correct.
yeah.
Just sit on the couch, because the laziest people I know don't ever have any injuries.
That's right.
No injuries.
Yeah.
They do have like heart problems and diabetes, but they don't have any leg injuries.
That's right. No torn Achilles.
That's right.
The week I turned 30, correction, the weekend I turned 30 was my first soft tissue injury. It was a pulled left hamstring.
Mm-hmm.
But I was moving, to your point.
Yes. Well, so I've got on the line of injuries. First of all, 3 weeks overdue. I'm not even ashamed that I picked the PD softball team to win
Oh,
two
yeah.
games this year, because I was not given, we've already chronicled this,
Yep.
I was not given the information that we were in the loser league.
That's right.
Whoa, loser league.
It was made up of people that couldn't cut it in the other league, so they made another league for everybody.
Because everyone has to be happy now?
No, it was more competitive. Well, half of it was. There were some terrible teams, but it was more competitive because we can't compete with those 20-year-old teams that have and then the other old team that's older than us that just kills everybody because all they do is play softball. Anyways, we won the championship.
I am also on that team. Shout out.
Won the championship, won a big trophy. So, undefeated season. So I'm here to say sorry to CNN, the coach of the team, and Demanda, who reminded me every week that I picked the team to win like 2 games.
I also reminded you, but that was just
You reminded
to
me
get
as
Demanda
well.
going.
Yeah. So, anyways, congratulations to us, champions of the world of the C League.
C League, regular season, and
Yeah.
Postseason,
playoff,
yeah.
postseason. Thank you, Pat.
It was a lot of
Champs.
fun. We did have a good time. I am proud that we won because it was hard fought, close games.
We did play a young man's team with the cutoff white shirts, but that was B division for men, correct?
Correct. So, anyways, all that to say, my shoulder is done. I can't throw anymore. Like, I can throw, but it has nothing on it.
He
I'm
looks like-
lobbing grenades from the outfield.
You are in the Ukraine.
So,
They need
Here-
you.
Are you announcing your retirement right here on?
no,
Oh.
I'm doing something completely different. I think this summer I should teach myself to throw left-handed.
Pull a crossbear?
I think, yeah, because this shoulder, so my right shoulder has a million throws on it, from high school ball on up through.
You're starting fresh. Zero throws.
I have 0 throws on the left shoulder.
You're going to need more than you said just this summer.
Oh, how long can it take?
I've been playing some variation of ball for 34-ish years,
Mhm.
and I still cannot throw left-handed.
Yeah, but have you tried?
I have tried, and
Like,
I look
seriously?
like a small female child.
That's how I feel when I even think about throwing left-handed. I
But
feel like
maybe
I
you're
get a
more of an
little,
athlete than I am.
to quote my youngest daughter, a little zesty when I throw.
Shout out to Bali for
That's
the
right.
zest.
The zesty. So I
I
do
don't,
feel.
maybe you are
the victim.
zestier than I am.
Pause.
I don't know. I feel like if I get out in the yard every day and start trying to get the muscle memory that I can tap into this unused shoulder and start throwing bombs from the outfield
Okay.
again. Because otherwise,
by fall season.
yeah, my mind. I'm thinking that's what I'm
So
gonna
the
do.
listeners understand that the fall is in 2 months.
August.
Yeah, it's really a end of summer, into
Yeah.
fall league.
Yeah. So I mean, right, just train your brain, right? I
No,
haven't
I'm
started
with you.
this. I'm trying to get my game plan
No,
going.
I want to be positive. Your wife likes softball. She's a baller.
Okay.
My wife despises it, so you already got a leg up.
Okay.
Maybe you got a left arm up on me.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I think I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try because it's got to be better than
Do you
the
start
right one.
with a softball, or you
No, I
start
think
with like
I
a?
think you just start air throwing.
Okay.
Just to try to
Get a
the
towel.
motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could get a towel and do some towel drills. Get that thing whipping.
I mean, you got to do something because it doesn't have the natural motion, but it's got to be better than the
Is
right.
your
shoulder.
right shoulder similar? Thank you for circling back to the right shoulder.
Mhm.
Is your right shoulder maybe missing a belt?
I think it's literally connected by the skin. Like if I didn't have
Because
skin,
you
it
have
would
an issue
it would
with
have
missing
fallen off.
belts. I
You
don't
gotta-
know if you wanted to get into
You
that.
can throw a shade on my 1991 Nissan. That's breaking a
Well,
belt.
it wasn't always yours.
Yeah, that was a little bit embarrassing. 'Cause,
Conspiratorial belt situation.
yeah, as my kids say, I look quote poor driving this truck, and I'm like, you don't know what rich means, because I feel rich driving this paid off
I love the
Yeah,
truck.
that's right.
legacy truck from Ride, the kayak guy.
Are you going to walk across the hall to Small Claims Court, though?
Yeah, I did have thoughts because this truck's I've only bought it from him going on the 3rd month, and it blows a belt, and I was like, I didn't know Ride the kayak guy was a fruit stand dealing lemons.
That's right.
Didn't know he was selling lemons to everybody.
He's a lemonade
No, I
man.
broke a belt going up Oconee Street, that hill beside PD, UGA PD here in Athens.
Gotcha.
And I didn't know I broke a belt, just all the lights came on. And then shortly after, as I pulled into work at this place where like everybody's wearing suits and ties that I work at, I started smoking out of the, smoking under the hood, and I just
Pulled it
coasted on in. It already doesn't have a muffler, so it's already loud. it's smoking
You
everywhere.
look like a
Oh,
Stanley the steam engine coming in.
Oh, that I did. So, anyways, you know what? I know we have these shirts, handsy, not handy, but man, me and YouTube and a FaceTime call to Papa Sleezy,
Yeah, you were wearing it out.
got that belt replaced, and nobody could tell me nothing the next day.
No more smoke.
I told Burger BC to go get a wheelbarrow to carry my manhood behind
That's
me.
it.
Because I had it. It
Wow.
was huge.
It's huge.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
you pulled
there-
into 325 East Washington with
That's right.
like a smokestack.
I did, but we got it fixed, and we're back on the road.
You did better than me. I would have been smoking all the way to the shop.
I don't understand car engines, like just the theory of them, but obviously I can follow directions when somebody says, loosen this, do this. I'm pretty good at doing that. It's kind of like Legos here in the backdrop, here in the boom.
That's right.
It's kind of like that. You just follow the steps, but like I don't understand car engines. That's like magic to me, that a car runs.
I think our favorite commander from Oconee just loosened a few screws before he handed over the key.
Oh, yeah. But, I don't know, does your electric vehicle runs with no
That thing
problems?
can't be
Runs
smoking.
with no problems, right?
After this weekend,
Yeah.
Oh, you're
not-
going on an excursion?
No, it already happened, and boy, oh boy, was it quite the adventure.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah, she
do
was going.
share.
Yeah, she was going
The Doc Lolliday was
towards the coastal lands.
going to Charleston. She asked me not to tell this story.
So, as a good husband.
So
We
I
got to
will
get a
be sure.
wheelbarrow for your manhood
I will
too.
be sure to tell it in the most respectful manner that I can.
Or you'll just have to grow up the dreads.
That's it,
Give her something to play with.
boss. So
Boss.
anyway, yeah, Doc Lolliday, her best friend from childhood, best friend to this day, her daughter was graduating high school in Charleston. They live in Charleston. So
Beautiful place.
it is. The DOC made it a point that she was going to go to Charleston and attend the graduation. On a couple of occasions I said, hey, you want to take something other than your car, because it's just a hassle to try to, find a charging station.
gas-powered vehicle.
A gas-powered vehicle.
Because yours is 100% electric.
100% electric,
Yeah.
that's right. She said, no, I got it mapped out, whatever, I'll be fine. I said, all right. She left her work a little bit early. I guess she, saw her last patient or whatever, and was able to cut out a little bit early from work, able to put a little bit more charge on her car and hit the road, headed towards,
Like a missile.
that's right.
Yeah.
So that's it. So mapped out, she was going to go to Augusta, hop on I can't remember if it was like super fast or a fast charger. Anyway, she was going to get
Okay.
one.
So she already
There-
knew she had to
there were-
charge in the middle.
Once she
Yes.
was assuming one stop.
So, and there are differences in the chargers as well. That's, important maybe later on. So she gets to Augusta. The charger that she had mapped out to go to, there's somebody there, and he's sleeping.
Oh.
He's asleep in his car and just charging it up. So,
There would have been a
in hindsight,
tappity tap tap.
in
tappity,
hindsight, it's knock on the window and say, hey, how much longer you got, whatever, blah, 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 or you just wait it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
She mapped out the next charging station, which was in, Orangeburg, South Carolina.
That sounds about right.
All right.
She
She's cutting straight across.
Yep. So she had enough, power to get there,
Juice.
battery juice
Yeah.
to get there. So she's like, all right, forget it. I'll leave this. I'll go charge up in Orangeburg. She gets to Orangeburg, to those charging stations, out of order.
Of course.
Well, none of them are
Well,
working.
now she's going on about 5
So-
hours in now.
So she's on fumes, not fumes, not a gas powered car, but she's riding on fumes
Yeah.
at this point.
Okay.
So she does she finds like a Ford dealership that has one, so she plugs in and it's like a trickle charge.
Oh, no.
So it gets her nothing, like barely any mileage, right?
Like the county pumps when they're out of gas.
Yeah.
Just a little trickle.
Yeah.
That would piss me off.
So she gets what she can out of there. They close, so she has to leave there. So long story short, she's like trying to make it to Charleston, trying to find charges. Doesn't
find any?
Doesn't find any. Pulls off on the side of the road at some sketch gas station. How she described it was, the kind of gas stations in horror movies, like where people pull off, and she's like, who pulls off in these places? Like, how does this happen in real life? This doesn't happen. Well, she was there. She said, so she's stuck, stranded, dead car at this gas station in Harleyville, South Carolina.
Oh, my brother's been through Harleyville. He said he kept it on rolling.
Well, Harleyville, South Carolina.
She could not keep it rolling.
She could not. So she's at this gas station. She says the Indians come out, lock up. No, red dot.
All right.
Canceled.
They
100%
Well, I didn't know if it was a war party. Geronimo.
No.
They could have helped. They could have gave her a horse to get down to Charleston.
So she's like describing this place like bars on the windows. They lock up and they hightail. She's calling. She's in tears.
The Patel family has left her.
That's right.
The tumbleweeds blowing by the gas station.
That's it. So this is
the beginning of Wrong Turn.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know if I said what time she left work. She left Athens at like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just fast forward to the end. She got to her hotel in Charleston at about 2 in the morning on Saturday morning. She left Friday afternoon at 1. Got to Charleston. So anyway, she's at this gas station in Harleyville, South Carolina.
That's awesome.
She's in tears. She doesn't know what to do. She's scared because it's sketchy out there. So she's like, "This is where I'm gonna die." She's like, "This is it. This is the horror movie that I make fun of people." So anyway, we have a AAA card, right? So I send her a picture of the AAA card. Tell her to call AAA. She calls AAA. Hours go by. She doesn't hear from them. She calls them back. She was like, "Hey, y'all never called back. What's going on?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're having a hard time finding a tow truck driver that's willing to take you from Harleyville to Charleston. It's 30 miles.
Oh my God.
It's 30 miles from there." So we're at like, I fast forward a lot of the story. We're at like 1 something in the morning, or like after midnight at this point. So she calls her, I guess Googles her own, thankfully her phone didn't die, but she Googles a tow company, finds a tow company to come out and tow her for $231.
Oh my gosh.
She gets towed from Harleyville, South Carolina there was a Target by her hotel where she was staying at that had a supercharger where she was able to plug up, get enough juice, get to the hotel at about 2 in the morning.
That's a terrible trip.
Missed the graduation, which it was Friday.
Night?
It was Friday evening.
God.
Yeah, missed the graduation that she was going there for.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just a complete disaster. So, sorry, honey, for telling the story, but
you had to
we can use it as a cautionary tale for other EV owners.
Whatever episode the Legal Eagle was on,
yes, that's
we
right.
talked about.
This
was one of the scenarios that I said I don't think we're ready for.
So here's the problem: there aren't enough. So
the Fighting 69th Irish
that's
whiskey.
Right. Yep. Go back and listen.
There you go. Good call, Sheriff.
I got you, buddy.
So there aren't enough of these. It's not like you can just pull off the interstate and like you can at a gas station. And the other problem is, we've learned, is that they're in random places.
Yeah.
Right? These EV chargers are in like a Target parking lot or a Kroger parking lot or at like some car dealer. They're just sporadically placed throughout, a major, maybe not major metropolitan areas, but there has to be a city. So if you're on the freeway in the boonies in Harleyville, South Carolina.
3 hours and 26 minutes from the Boom Boom Room in downtown Harleyville.
There we go.
Which I'm sure there's nothing there.
Yeah. So in
Harleyville.
The other piece of advice I would give to people is she did come across some Tesla chargers, but she didn't have an adapter. So the Tesla chargers are not...
I didn't know they were different.
They are different.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yep. So, but you can buy an adapter, which we haven't bought because it's never been an issue.
This kind of sounds like every year when I have to put up Christmas lights. This is exactly what it sounds like. And I ended up with the mail, and I'm not trying to be... I know the innuendo flies here. But
a mail on mail.
I was trying to find a mail on mail, and the guy at Lowe's said that is illegal. He informed me that that Georgia Power or whatever government
entity controls,
whatever Sleepy Joe's got in trouble or policing electricity will not allow a mail on mail because a lot of times that'll go boom.
Yeah. So
which let the innuendo abound.
Yeah,
on that
that's
one.
right.
You cannot buy a mail-on-mail at Lowe's. Anybody that wants to.
You gotta go. You gotta go
Sounds a little zesty.
to the backroom hardware stores for those.
Might have to
Maybe
go
Ace.
across-
Maybe Ace has those.
Find your,
Not Ace of the Greenwich City Gamblers, although he may have some mail.
Ace Hardware store.
Ace Hardware.
of
He's an
John,
electrician, so.
of John Madden fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, or go across the street to Elations. Get you a little mail.
Anyway, Doc Lolliday's back home, safe and
That
sound.
sounds
Didn't
horrific,
get-
is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
didn't get kidnapped and murdered at her spooky
That's
movie
pretty great. So,
stop.
you know, I make the trip from here to Jacksonville quite frequently. And the only chargers that I know of in between here and there, probably there's obviously some when you get closer to Jacksonville, but on the I-16, it's down in Metter. Everything's better in Metter. But there's a gas station, Parker's, that has a line of these, but it's only got 5. So
Well,
if you have a bunch of people, if these cars become more and more popular, to
Right.
me, that's like an issue because you got to build up your infrastructure, and that's
Right.
why it's crazy that they're mandating here locally, our county government's mandating all these electric vehicles for county purchases, and they don't have chargers anymore.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, if you think about, and again, none of the chargers are just immediately off the interstate.
Right.
So if you're planning your trip, you have to like get off the interstate and then usually drive into town to go find the Walmart or the Best Buy that has a line of them or a bank of them somewhere. But even think about here in Athens, like they're weird. They're hard
Right.
to find. I know there's one at Kroger on College Station just because I know
Because
that.
they took my parking space.
Yeah,
to make
that's
it. That's
right.
where I used to always park.
Yeah, but like they're in weird random spots. So until
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Not that anybody cares what I think. I think the electric vehicles are a fantastic idea for driving around town, going to work,
Yes.
coming back, getting groceries and all that, but they become very problematic traveling, and we do a lot of traveling.
That's
so.
right. Yeah,
You
they're
do
not.
a lot of traveling.
They are not practical for that. And if this were anybody but my dear wife this happened to, I'd be hitting them with the "I told you so."
But definitely not doing
but
that.
since it's my wife, I'm
No,
not.
you're
I'm not
doing it.
going to say that.
You're in deep doo-doo just for telling the
Well,
story.
and I know I should have. We're getting on a plane on Wednesday, and I have a feeling she's going to listen to the episode on the
And
plane,
just
and there's
turn.
going to be
You're gonna be getting
just turn and look at me.
Yeah.
There's going to be nowhere for me to go. So
Getting a
Well,
shot
I
in the
love it.
ribs.
She shouldn't be ashamed about that story. I think she had a plan.
it was logical. If
It really wasn't her fault
Yeah.
because, and that would be my other fear. These out of order.
So
chargers
I mean,
and all that.
in Greenville, you remember
Yeah.
we drove
Yeah,
her
I
car to
don't remember.
Oh, here we go.
Right down the street, 14 minutes away.
We drove her car to Greenville and had this plan to drive it downtown. There were charging stations in downtown Greenville. We got to them and the first couple were out of order.
Out of order.
And like so, it's like there's only a handful of them that exist, and then.
Yeah. But then if they're
They're out
anything
of
to do
order.
with the government, they're just like everything else the government touches are broken.
Yes, so it makes it very difficult to
Amen.
actually use the car practically. As much fun as they are
Right.
to drive, it's
Well,
not
when you have
practical.
your home base charger in your garage, I
Yes.
think they're great
Right,
for running around, which y'all do 95%
yeah,
of the time.
that's right. I don't think she'll be taking it to Charleston anymore.
No Chuck Town excursions for the Mustang.
That's
Well,
right.
you say I do travel a lot, but you've got a big trip coming up, and what? Here's my question, because I don't want to
Oh boy,
I'll put your business out there.
Put it out there.
for all the dozens of listeners.
Ooh.
You're taking a trip to
This
the most
is
magical
going to
place
be, this is
on
going,
earth.
No, this is going to be, if you had a firing squad through one door, and maybe you gave a few of them like blanks, seeing that we've been talking about blanks earlier in the show, and you plant if one door, let's just say if door A was a firing squad, and door B was what my wife has planned, never asked me for a single damn, didn't want my opinion, didn't want to know what I like to eat, where I want to sleep, nothing. So totally wife planned trip.
Okay.
B, I'm probably picking door A for the firing squad and just hoping they miss.
So my question is, you're going to the actual Disney World.
So just to break it down, I'm living on Scott Bobby time as we speak,
Mhm.
on call, ready to deploy. Orange
Always
soda
ready
in the
to
glass.
deploy. Yep.
Correct. And then tomorrow will be a dog training day. I am scheduled off, unless Scott Bobby sees fit to bring me in. I will be scheduled off Tuesday. Wednesday is a regular shift. Thursday, or either late night Wednesday or Thursday, clearly I will be the one driving, even though I wasn't consulted on any of this. Driving a little more than halfway to Orlando. We will then, I guess, stop wherever Doc Lolliday was and lay our heads to rest in Harleyville or somewhere.
Hopefully not Harleyville.
Yeah, by that guy that was sleeping at the charger station.
Yeah.
He would have had my head on his shoulder if I was Doc Lolliday and said, whenever you wake up, buddy, charge another one while you're at. Anyway, so for a day and a half, so that will be June the 7th and the 8th, we will be at the most magical place on earth. Correction. Half of the day of the 6th and the 7th.
Okay.
On the 8th, we will head to Port Canaveral, Florida.
Get on a boat.
And begin the excursion, which we have been on cruises as two very horny newlyweds with no children. This will be the first cruise with, shout out to the cruise missile. Pew pew. This will be the first cruise missile with all 4 children. And there are other small children going as well.
All right, side question before my real question. What do y'all have, a room for all 6 of you?
We have 2 different rooms, which is about, I'm being told these rooms are, my wife has been on anything Carnival, TikTok, social media related. She's been buried in her phone. And these rooms, quote unquote, I'll use that term loosely, are about the size of our master bedroom closet.
Right. Or the cruise ship rooms. They don't want you in the room.
Yes. The big kids will have, so I have 3, I say big kids, kids that can actually wipe their own backside. They will be in one room, and then we have an adjoining room with our youngest child.
That was a side question. I was just curious. The main question I have.
Yeah, I got a tirade to go on, but go ahead.
It's fine. All right, theme parks in the summer. Is there ever a worse situation than a theme park in the summer? And I've been there. Probably all of us have been there at some point because the kids have to go.
They have to go.
You got to be a good parent. You're a terrible parent if you don't take your kids to a sweltering hot theme park in the summertime. But there's nothing worse. It's all concrete, standing in lines with other miserable human beings. Paying $12 for a Coke.
That's right. Yeah,
probably higher than that.
And the most magical place on earth is in the armpit of America, the middle of Florida, not near any water.
Yeah.
No, it's the hottest place you could ever imagine. I don't know why I'm mad about it because I'm not going. But
yeah. I'm with you. I'd much rather take them out of school for a week and
correct. Right, at a manageable weather time.
Mm-hmm.
We went during the pandemic, and that was a good time because there was less. So my child has been interviewed now twice by the happiest place on earth, or whatever the hell they call it. I can't stand it. To your point, he has been interviewed because to sit in a line with him for 5 minutes would be an absolute. If he just would stand there without pantsing someone or getting lost or disabling the ride.
This is Loverboy?
This is Loverboy.
All right.
To sit in line with him for 5 minutes would be very detrimental to his health and maybe mine. So he has been interviewed by Disney for his attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or whatever. I can't even say it without tripping over my
interviewed by like Mickey
So
Mouse
you
and
can-
who interviews him.
So I will give my wife credit. You can. I didn't
game
know
in
you
the
could do this
system.
ahead of the time.
Game in the system.
But you can get a lightning pass for legitimate medical issues, which it helps that a couple people on the panel here have medical professionals, significant others. But you can plan when you go to the big rides, and then you'll get a lightning pass time. You kind of get
So
to cut
Big
the
Brian
line.
signed her own permission slip to say that y'all
He
needed
had
a
to-
lightning pass?
He still had to interview with someone over the phone, but we probably could have said he has, we could have said he has stage 4 colon cancer. It's not like they're going to put him
Right.
You understand
Send them
what I'm
over.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Actually,
Or
I read a recent story where they
a
were
brain tumor.
this was so flagrantly being done that they're banning people from life for if they find out that these
Really?
illnesses have been faked because there's like such a rampant misuse.
He
Not saying
has-
they're misusing. I'm just
Like
saying.
we could call, like if it got that bad to where they would just like hit the BS button on us, or that Disney was auditing itself or whatever, like you're saying, we could call his pediatrician like he does have,
Yeah.
and I would have been, my wife and I both would have been pegged with all these letters of we can't pay attention back in the day too. It just wasn't as, what's the word I'm looking for? Everybody wasn't trying to diagnose everyone else. Shout out to Amanda.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
So you got a fast pass, lightning pass.
I think everything now, disability and if you pay the extra money, is all tied into that lightning pass. We have a family member that worked several years for Disney, so we're cheating the system on.
I got you.
I will admit we are cheating the system on multiple fronts.
I got you.
But trying to do it the right way, that's why we run anything we're doing by a guy that used to work there very recently.
All right. Well, good luck. It sounds miserable.
I hate it. Every time I load the kids up, I tell them, please look around. This is my favorite part. And they say, what, Dad? Where are we going? Oh, this is amazing. Because you know how kids are, especially mine. They're waiting for the next Mickey the Mouse to pop around the door.
Yeah.
And I don't know, cuddle in the bed with them. I don't know. A lot of this stuff's super weird to me anyway. But I say, oh, God, this is Craig's favorite part. And they go, what, Dad? What, Dad? And I say, we're leaving. and then I get punched in the side by my wife for being a terrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did have a hack when the little sleazettes were young, because I was like, I'm not spending money to take them when they're 4 and 2 or 5 and 3 at the time. We went to the outskirts of the park and went to the Flamingo Hotel.
Okay.
It's Disney owned, but it's not in the park. And went and had a dinner there. And for all intents and purposes, they thought they went to Disney World.
That's right.
Oh, they don't know. Yeah, to your point.
Until
the kids
now.
Don't know anything.
They already know.
Until
They've been
back.
since then. Yeah, but that was my cheat. Because they had pictures with the princess
Yeah.
at the little restaurant.
Yeah.
Never
That's
set
it.
foot in the
Yeah, that's
park.
right. Yeah.
To your point, we had a dinner with the characters. Now keep
Correct.
in mind, this is in the height of the, so like not only was there a character, every character had its own handler. And that handler, I don't know what they would do. I assume they would clothesline any small child that tried to come, because obviously everyone was dying, we just didn't know it. And so we have a dinner at one of the very beautiful high-rise hotels there. And we have dinner, or excuse me, breakfast with the characters. And the breakfast with the characters, which was just them walking by, was almost $500.
And that's, yeah, and that was during, where obviously you couldn't touch them and take pictures.
Couldn't touch them,
Yeah.
couldn't take pictures, nothing. I literally, somebody needs to get the bleep button, when they gave the bill to my mother-in-law, I looked at the person that dropped it off and said, are you shitting me? Because I think it was actually $400, but I think the listeners get the point.
Yeah, well, they were risking their lives coming in there with these snotty nose.
Correct.
kids.
And my wife, yeah. Yeah. Well, they were risking their lives to deal with my fat butt, and watching the money just flow out of my wallet.
The things you do for your children. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I am somewhat looking forward to the cruise. There's a roller coaster on this thing. There's dance clubs and such.
Well, the cruise sounds like a much better time, because at least there's a pool, there's air conditioning.
Yes.
There's a casino.
Yeah, they,
Oh,
yeah, there
I
is.
have to get the degenerates to text in
Yeah.
their orders.
Yep.
So I do have another question, because the Legal Eagle, shout out to the Legal Eagle. No, it's for everybody. He is in Sin City right
That's
now
right.
with his wonderful wife, Teach, and went and saw Adele in concert, live, front row seat.
I was gonna say, I think they were performing with Adele. That's how
Yes.
close it looked. Like he's basically just part of the show.
They were getting sweated on.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know
I
Adele
love-
sweats.
God, and I love her.
I think she does.
Surely.
Well,
I love me some
I don't
Adele
want
now.
to. I don't know the dollar value, and I don't want to put his business out there, but I know those seats were not cheap. So my question is, I am not a live anything person. Like I don't have to be live concerts, sporting events.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
I can, and I don't go. Obviously, we've been, and I enjoy going to minor league games and all that. But what is the most you would spend to do something?
If I could have Adele sweating on me,
Yeah, like how much would you spend for that with your current salary? How much is there a dollar value that you would be like that's too much, or is there a dollar
There's
value?
always a dollar value that's too much. It depends on the
that's a good point,
event
Pat.
or concert. So if you're telling me I could pay, you know, it just depends. If you tell me I had to pay $2,000
How about
to
we
go
start here?
to a Brewers Braves game, I'd say no. But if you told
What's
me
the most-
$200 for a major league game,
How about-
regular season
no,
major league.
How about we start here? What's the most you've ever paid for a live event?
Ooh,
That's a good question.
Right.
I don't know. Doc Lolliday bought me. We went to see Carrie Underwood in January,
That's
and we
another
were like,
And that was your present?
that was my present.
Hey, I'm not hating on him,
I'll
man. She
see.
needs to put some weight back on.
Okay.
But
She's
she
a
bought those
tenderoni.
tickets. I don't know, but we were in the pit. You know, there weren't seats there. You
Yeah.
just there's the stage, and then you stand right there. So that's couldn't have been cheap, but I don't know. But the point I was going to make was it depends. So like, let's just use the dollar value of $1,000. I wouldn't pay $1,000 to go
Right.
to a baseball game during the summer. But if you told me, hey, I can get you Super Bowl tickets on the 50-yard line for $1,000, I'd pony that money up. So it just
Okay.
depends
You'd be
on
getting
the
off-
event.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd be that ticket.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying.
$15,000.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
So
that-
there are
that-
some things I'd be willing to pay.
That's the catch-22 there. Is do you have a hookup, or are you just buying
No, I'm
in
talking
your
about how
secondary
much-
market?
How much out of pocket?
Just
would
you
be
don't
willing to
have
pay
a
to do
friend,
whatever?
nothing. You're
I-
just.
If
Am I
I could
going
go,
by myself? I would
Sure.
pay millions of dollars to sit somewhere by myself.
yeah, I was gonna say if I could get Super Bowl tickets, I'd come off a few grand for that. So I guess my max is
Packers.
a few thousand. Yeah,
So
especially
would it make a difference? Yeah, I guess if your team was playing, it'd make a difference.
it would make a difference. Yes.
I'm buying tickets right now. Go ahead, Sleezy.
I-
After I was told no, don't do it.
I'm an old fuddy-duddy, so I don't have to be there. If I can watch it on TV, I'd much rather sit with no pants on,
There you go.
Scratch.
Whoa,
Yeah.
listeners,
Scratch
mental
it.
imagery.
scratching my belly button, just eating chips, crumbs all over my chest hair,
Yeah.
watching.
I mean, yeah,
that's what I'd rather
Okay,
do.
is there anything I'll use Pack's point, and I think Pack has a point. Is there anything that you would, and it just don't have to be sports, I guess, concerts. Is there anything you would pay $1,000? Front row at a Braves World Series game.
No, because I always thought to myself, if the Braves, so I was a child when they won the '95 World
Right.
Series. I said if they ever go back, like who knows when they'll win it again? Because it was 30 or 25, 26 years in between World Series.
Right?
You just never know if you're gonna win again. So I was like, if they ever come back, I'm gonna go. And then they made it in 2021, and I was like, dang, that's expensive. I'm not going to that. No, there's not really anything. As long as I can see it, I don't have to be there. Luckily, the special agent hates people and not people, but crowds.
She hates people.
Nah, yeah, you're
As
probably
do
right.
I.
She tolerates me, but she doesn't like crowds. She doesn't like, because of our professions, she's just not a crowd person. Knows all the dangers associated with that, and doesn't feel relaxed in those situations. So that's not something she wants to do. I don't really enjoy them either. So yeah, nothing. I would
So
really
what's your
say.
max? So is there?
Like 150. I think we paid
I
that
was
for the
gonna
football, for the Packers game.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure you.
When y'all went as a couple.
That's it.
With our child.
With our child.
And
yeah.
got our picture taken. as a
Beautiful
couple.
child. Hey, beautiful child. Brady is a great kid.
I mean,
too.
okay, my max would probably be 250 to go to something cool.
Yeah.
But, and I always have a good time when I go. I don't know. I also could have a great time not going.
Yeah.
I've invited Slee, just so nobody's calling bull crap on this.
Yeah.
I have invited Sleeves to numerous sporting events, and he has said no every time. I'm not going to a Packers game, so
It also has to do with, okay, so not to
Sean
make,
is
not to
not
make
a
this,
local sports fan, so
well, not to make
Right.
this super long about this, me complaining about everything in life, because I could do that.
make it.
But you know, I'll say the Braves. I love the Braves. My favorite thing or sports team to watch. It's such a hassle to go to a game because traffic is terrible. Parking's not that convenient. And then you get out, you got a long trip back. Like, we don't live conveniently to anything here in Athens. There's no straight way to get anywhere. So to me, investing all that time, when we go as friends and a group and all that, that's why I go, to hang out with everybody. But just to go to a game, it's like too much pain in the rear end to go when I can sit here, watch it, and get to bed at a reasonable time.
Cheeto dust.
Yeah, there you go, orange fingers.
But on the flip side, you are okay spending money like for trips, like to go see.
Yes.
Because,
Yes.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like you will go to sporting events in different cities, right? Or you will make specific trips to go.
Yeah, like an experience. But I do a lot of minor league games. They're not very expensive. I mean, like, we had to pay $27 a ticket in Charlotte to see the Charlotte Knights, and I was having heartburn about it because it's a minor league game.
27 for two for
No, per ticket.
right, but there
in
was
the
just two
outfield.
tickets.
And that was the cheapest ticket they had. Very proud of it.
Well, but I think you are only paying for two people, correct?
Yes.
The
I'm having a moment down
The
there.
deputies are having,
There,
having a moment.
Well,
I checked on them.
I set
and
them
they
up
were
in a
being behaved. I was
Hunger
told.
Games situation to let the listeners know. So the two oldest deputies had to come with the sheriff today. I have one PlayStation controller, and I threw it in the middle of them and said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
I just hope
Winner take all.
I just hope your TV survives.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, yes. Most of the time when we're traveling short trips, it's two people. But then, you know, when it's all four of us,
That's
Yeah,
why I'm
you know, it
saying.
gets super expensive. And we have a trip coming up. You have a trip coming up. PackMan and I are put our business out there.
Go ahead.
Flying to New York this week
That's right.
to go be tourists there, and we've got all the family going.
That's right. Yeah,
You
it's
and-
significantly more expensive when there's 5 of us.
Sheriff, the sheriff.
Do what? 2/3 of the podcast
That's
is going
right,
to
in New York. So we're,
Have I ever been involved? First it's Mulberry Street. Now it's New York. Next y'all are gonna be going. Y'all will be. I don't know. I'm a married man, but next y'all
As
will
are
be.
we.
So are we.
Yeah. Next you'll be going to see Adele as she's laying on top of you, and I won't get invited. Fully clothed, of course. Special agent just told him
But
to be
yes, when
quiet.
you're-
Disaster averted.
There you go. But yeah, when you have families, it gets astronomically expensive to do
Yes,
anything. We're
that-
talking about
that was-
something as simple as getting a subway pass
Yes, times 5.
times 4.
Yeah.
It just like it's already over $100.
And your heartburn is so.
Oh, I've already.
Your heart must be in your throat.
Oh yeah, I've already had, you know, meditation sessions, and I've had conversations with myself in the mirror about not just jumping off a ledge, not jumping off the Empire State Building the first or second day we're there.
Well, I
We've
mean,
already spent so much money.
Yeah, even here, like just to
Yeah.
take my whole family to Chick-fil-A, just for Chick-fil-A
Oh,
is
yeah.
we're not leaving out of there less than $60. So we're gonna
Yeah.
we have to eat in New York. I mean, we're gonna be over $100 every meal
Correct.
for
Yep.
4-5 days.
Yep. And dinner probably 200.
Yes, yeah,
Nothing's
'cause-
cheap. there.
Right. Well,
I just want to inform the listeners what Orlando weather is going to
Ooh,
be.
it's got to be
Yeah, oh yeah,
toasty.
yeah. It is going to be 95, 93 degrees on Wednesday.
Humidity, does it have that on there?
And 95
Because
on
that's got to
Thursday.
be
90%
armpit weather.
Oh yeah. Humidity 56%.
Mm.
That's probably after the rain.
Yeah.
And then 57%.
So
Rest assured, folks, the wind will be at 10 miles an
a
hour
little breezy.
and 7. I'm probably going to jump off of one of the rides and just hope for the best. Maybe I get chopped in half and I'll die in fabulous fashion.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all see.
good luck to you,
Fat
man.
canine handler decapitated in half on the Tron ride. And the listeners can say, we knew him.
We knew him.
He was a crusty old bastard that didn't
Fake-
want to help
fake
his
accent.
kids.
Yep.
Fake accent. Yep, method actor. Dead on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, these trips are Now I know why my dad was always pissed off.
Yeah. Well, I also don't mind spending money on traveling because I go spend that money on places that I haven't been before, and I want to see everything.
But I'm just going to keep going back to it. Traveling as a couple, and then traveling
As a family.
It's a whole different thing.
is a
Yes,
whole
correct.
new ball.
That is correct.
You are with another human
So all you
that should be an adult that may also be part of you getting lucky. The kids bring nothing to the table.
that's right. So everybody that is without kids yet, get your traveling
Oh, for
in
sure.
now.
For sure.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, it just quadruples everything.
you're not cuddling up in the bed with your kids. Your kids may say something funny every so often.
Yeah.
That's all you get.
That lover boy is pretty funny. He's funnier than you.
Self-proclaimed. Yeah.
Which, not that difficult if anybody's ever listened to me.
And then when you travel, it makes eating harder with your family because you have, I know PackMan and his kids have the problem of they don't eat everything.
Yes.
And my kids don't eat everything, which is fine when we're around because now, hey, I got a snack now
Yeah,
when we go
that's
home.
right.
Now we're traveling. Where am I going to put these leftovers?
Right.
We're going to whatever next sightseeing spot.
Yeah.
Can't carry
Can't
this.
carry this to-go box.
So I don't think I'm ordering food the whole week.
And just eat off theirs that they're not going to finish.
And
yeah.
if
Get a
for-
salad.
by some miracle they finish everything, I'll just get something on the way out.
Yep. I'll stop at a bodega.
Oh,
Just
a bodega would be
just
nice.
sucking down glizzies all week from the street vendor out there.
Yep,
I
that's
don't know.
right.
Glizzies. I thought that was a Glock.
Anyway,
Please don't suck down a gun, lady. I wish you'd invite me, but I don't dislike you that bad.
I don't know. I'm just a cranky old man. I want everybody off my lawn.
I think
that's
we
all good.
are all three guilty of that.
Yeah, well, we are. You get older, you realize how much stuff you've wasted in your life.
I have informed the Legal Eagle that there will be a ton of content created.
Yeah.
I will not be happy, but for maybe 30 seconds of every day. But there will be content created. And the problem I have with my children, sorry to cut you off, Sleaze, is they eat everything.
Right.
But they're also doing triple backflips at the table and everything
Right.
else. So,
But I think a cruise is a great thing for a family because it's already paid for.
Yep.
All the food is. They can
Just go to the buffet.
They can go
and
have
just
ice
grab
cream on top of their mashed potatoes if they want it,
Yep.
because who cares? It's
That's
already
true.
paid for.
some restaurants are not included, which
Right.
of course, Big Brain is already locked in on the steakhouse, that I'm sure.
Yep.
Got
You
to.
get a one fingernail of the cow for $73.
There you go.
And I'm not different from y'all. I'm not squeaky. I would say Big Brain handles the money more than I do anyway. So shout out to the feminists for me letting women take the lead. But yeah, I'm just not looking forward to traveling with children. And we do a ton of it within a 2-hour radius. But
It only gets easier as they get older. You'll be fine.
Yep.
I'll be fine. I heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Well,
But the people boring holes in the back of my head with my feral children, and then me turning about 30 different shades of red, that's what I was getting to.
oh, people looking at you while
The
they're acting up.
sleazettes and the pack men and women, whatever the hell I'm trying to say, packettes,
The packets.
they're a lot better behaved, I will say that. And they are older
Yeah.
in most cases, but
Like I said, it gets better as they get older. 'Cause-
I don't think so. Have you met me?
Well, I think we're going to get them out of here before we start our 12 goodbyes because
See, we don't have any listener questions this week, huh?
I didn't even put any out there because I really didn't know if this was going to happen because it's no lie. Everybody has so much going on right now with life, and it's summer. Kids are out of school. There's a lot going on.
I was
and,
37 minutes late.
37 minutes
Blaming
late.
that on the Lord, though.
on the dot. So, we hope to be back this summer sporadically. So keep your
It sounds like we're dying. Which,
my wife
folks-
diagnosed me with leukemia, so.
all right.
I gotta hear this story.
Well,
I hope you make it.
yeah, I hope I make it too.
Yeah.
Anyway, my white blood cell count is a little bit low. And I'm like, well, what could cause that? She's like, well, the first thing she tells me is, well, it could be leukemia. And I'm like, anything else? which there's some other stuff.
Just kind of ironic. The black guy doesn't want any white blood cells.
Yeah, that's it.
A lot of racism
Yeah.
inside there.
Internal struggle. So, but no, we hope to be back sporadically through the summer, and then hopefully we'll do that. So you know what? All our 11 listeners out there that we heard from, we hope you enjoyed the episode.
Just go back and listen to some of the old. You got 30 to choose from.
That's right, and even 30. And
I'm getting decapitated by Tron and Pax dying of leukemia.
So I may be back solo in July.
With your Arabian skin looking all tan, you'll be right there.
There we go. But we do appreciate everybody listening. It was nice to be missed. I will say that. It was nice to hear from several people and ask what was going on, make sure everything was okay.
That's right.
There's not any internal struggles between the hosts of the show.
Well, I'd just like to get invited.
Sources said that there was some internal strife.
Yeah, some creative differences.
That's
I don't
right.
know if I want to go to New York right now, though. A lot of people getting a lot of guilty pleas floating around. You know, I had to slip that in there. You know, I had to slip that in there.
Literally almost at the end.
I had to do it. I had to do it. We could have the legal eagle back to question the merits.
I'm sure. Shout out to the cruise missile.
I had to do it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you, Scott Bobby, for the pool key. We had a baby shower catastrophe that the Clintons came, swooped in, and saved us. Essentially, my wife, I don't even know how she did it. She had to jump the pool fence.
Whoa, big brain.
I don't even believe that happened.
Big brain getting over there.
Yeah,
Got some
I would have
hops.
loved to seen it. She's wearing a dress too, so that would have been
Hey, shout out.
deadly. My knees would have been quivering. But anyway, we needed another pool key to get in to get the pool key that was locked in the clubhouse.
Oh, I got you.
So thank you to Demanda
Gotcha.
and Scott Bobby.
Shout out
He
to
wanted
him.
a lot of thank yous,
There we go.
but he saved us.
And also, shout out to Booty Meat. Hope you're recovering well from your
Yeah, that's it.
shoulder surgery.
That's it.
Right? See, everybody's falling apart, man.
Yeah.
Share.
Another soft tissue
That's
injury.
right. Anyways, all right. Well, we'll catch you next time. Hope everybody has a blessed summer, and we'll see you whenever we see you, or you'll hear us whenever you hear us.
We'll see you when we see you.